Leading sports television into the 21st century, this has been an exclusive presentation of Turner Sports.
This January, for the 30th year, America takes the time out to watch what has become the biggest event in television.
Holy smokes, they strike again!
From the pageantry and hype to the battlefields of victory and defeat. What is America's fascination with the Super Bowl? Don't miss the one show that tells the story. The Super Bowl at 30, Big Game America, tonight at 12:30 a.m. on TNT. Brought to you by Pepsi AC.
It's 8:32 on News Radio 76. President Johnson announced the Vietnam escalation has reached an all-time high, dedicating 14,000 additional troops to the Eastern Asian country. In domestic news, the Green Bay Packers and Kansas City Chiefs arrived in Los Angeles today for pro football's first ever.
Hey, Joe, get this. The new football league is going to play the NFL in something called the World Championship of Professional Football on Sunday.
Just what this country needs, another damn football game.
Get this. They've still got over 30,000 unsold seats, and the game's in 3 days.
That's crying out loud. The circus sells more tickets.
Sounds like a circus. Says here they played in some kind of spiffy show during halftime.
A real thriller, I'm sure.
Warm that up for you, hon?
Yeah. Warm it up for me, hon.
Hey, Romeo, save what heat you got left for your wife.
Get this. 2, not 1, but 2 networks are going to carry this thing.
2 channels for 1 game? You act like it's the World Series or something.
Close. They plan on having this so-called Professional Football World Championship every year.
Every year. A chance.
About as much as we got putting a man to the moon. Man to the moon.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the greatest show in sports.
65 million people watching the broadcast on 2 networks.
The Broncos are going to the Super Bowl.
Well, did you know who in the White House were backing the plan?
Well, there are going to be so many things to talk about when this was over. So, here we are again. Bless his heart, he's got to be the sickest man in America.
Somehow, there wasn't enough gasoline to go around.
What's going on?
There are the hostages.
Welcome back, the hostages to the United States.
We'd like to say a special hello to the men and women of our armed forces. May God be with you. In the Persian Gulf, and
our country's taking care of us and making sure we get to see the Super Bowl. It's a part of America for us. This is the reason why we're here.
May God be with you.
The Super Bowl is more than spectacle. It is our new national pastime, a glorious game.
Stay tuned to 30 years of the Super Bowl on TNT.
The Super Bowl at 30, Big Game America, is brought to you by Pepsi AC Acid Controller and by BMW, the ultimate driving machine.
Chili peppers, this sausage. Are you trying to kill me, girl?
Oh, Dad.
This is Heartburn City.
Wait till you see the appetizers.
Pepsi AC Acid Controller.
Take one little Pepsi AC before dinner, and you can stop heartburn before it even starts.
Stop heartburn before it starts?
You see, Dad, Pepsi AC controls acid 9 hours through the night so you can sleep.
You think we have enough sausage?
You can be heartburn-free with Pepsi AC.
BMW traction control, because we all have places to go.
Sweet dream, baby. Sweet dream, baby. Sweet dream, baby.
from DoubleTree.
Super Bowl television is right here on TNT with hourly updates from Phoenix. Plus, tomorrow it's the NFL Benny Awards honoring the league's great performers. It's all part of the Pepsi AC Super Bowl weekend. Tomorrow at 9, live on TNT.
People magazine gives Riders of the Purple Sage grade A. And the New York Times says Ed Harris may be the most effective gunslinger since Clint Eastwood. From TNT, the best movie studio on television, Riders of the Purple Sage. See it this Sunday morning at 11.
We now return to the Super Bowl at 30 on TNT.
Oh, wait, I had a 60-hour rip-on.
This afternoon, we're going to play the biggest football game in the history of Western civilization.
Every year, on the last Sunday in January, one football game unites nearly 150 million Americans.
I think the Super Bowl is probably the closest thing we have to a secular holiday. Usually you think of holidays and you think of the family coming together. The Super Bowl brings friends together more than it does family, which is another way of saying how it is binding to our society.
Bradshaw giving the ball to Franco through the middle, then over the 15 to 10 to 5. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. They opened it up.
You're a month removed from Christmas. You're a month removed from New Year's. And it is a nice opportunity for people to have an excuse to get together, have a party, look forward to something, talk about something you all have in common. And then when the time rolls around, you all sit down, turn the TV on. And if the game's good, it's a bonus. And if the game's bad, you still had a nice party.
Indeed, it is rarely a great or even competitive game. It is simply the biggest game in a country that worships athletic endeavors achieved on a grand scale.
I think the Super Bowl in and of itself is America's game. We're talking about the NFL, which is, in my mind, the last bastion of the Roman gladiator, and they're just bigger gladiators now.
Hockey, 7 games to decide a world championship. Why? Basketball, 7 games. Baseball, 7 games. Football, you get 1 chance to be the best in the world.
We busted our ass. We've worked harder than anybody to get here. Nobody can beat us in a team, and it's worth $70,000 and a big ring.
It's 1 shot to prove that you're better than the other person. It's like a title fight. All those other guys are wimps. They take 7 games to decide a title. Yeah.
Talk about World Series, 7th game of the World Series and stuff. Now, if somebody wants to drive home the point that this is as big as it gets, they say this is the Super Bowl of whatever. And I think that pretty much tells you all you need to know.
That's big, man. It is big. Off it right out.
Super Sunday, what a day. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. It's like a dream come true. It's unbelievable.
Drops back to pass. Steps up. He looks. Over the middle. He's got it. Touchdown Raiders.
Pete Rozelle played a very big role in because he envisioned it as a tremendous international event. He just had this vision and kept building it. And sure enough, it's like that old thing, build it and they'll come. Well, he built it and they came.
But in 1967, they didn't all come. There were nearly 30,000 empty seats when the Kansas City Chiefs took on the Green Bay Packers in the first ever meeting between AFL and NFL champions. Vince Lombardi's Packers backed up the theory that the AFL was an inferior league by crushing Kansas City and dominating the Oakland Raiders 1 year later. But Lombardi and the Super Bowl were nothing more than sports items buried under more complex front-page stories.
We find ourselves rich in goods, but ragged in spirit, reaching with magnificent precision for the moon, but falling into raucous discord on earth. We are caught in war, wanting peace. We're torn by division, wanting unity.
America needed a diversion. Along came Joe Namath. Namath's New York Jets were 17-point underdogs at Super Bowl III. But at a Miami banquet prior to the game, a shocking prediction made headlines all over America.
I got up to the podium, and about the time I'm getting ready to talk, a guy in the back of the room, "Hey, Namath, we're going to kick your..." You know what? I said, whoa, wait a minute. You guys been talking for 2 weeks now, meaning the Colts fans and the media. So you guys been talking for 2 weeks now. I said, I'm tired of hearing it. I said, I got news for you. We're going to win the game. I guarantee it. It was not planned. It wasn't premeditated. It was just anger and frustration. And I really believed we were going to win the game.
What took the Super Bowl from being just a championship game and made it a storyline for the country and made it theater for the masses was Namath. It was one of the first things that my father and I really disagreed about, because he was older and he was establishment and he loved Johnny Unitas and he loved the National Football League and he was a Colts guy. And I was for the Jets. And I think that scene was played out in millions of living rooms probably that same weekend.
In the end, there was no argument over who was the best team that day.
As I had it on last time. Far away. I had a 60-hour rip on.
But they didn't take it.
They checked it off.
Did you check it though?
Yeah, I checked the line. I had something else on. You know what I mean?
Led by Joe Namath's MVP performance, the New York Jets stunned the Baltimore Colts, the NFL, and an entire nation.
That's when I think the game changed. It ceased to become a football game, and it really became very much a social phenomenon. That really the game just catapulted it into a whole different kind of strata.
In July 1969, America was also moving into a new stratosphere. But man's mission to the moon would be a short-lived venture. The Super Bowl would embark on an epic journey. Never again would it be a back-page story or have any difficulty trying to fill 100,000-seat stadiums. Coming up on TNT's The Super Bowl at 30.
He was running around there like it was a Chinese fire drill.
Tuesday night NBA on TNT. For Michael and the Bulls, the road to a fourth title goes through Houston. The NBA's best take on the world champs. Bulls, Rockets, Tuesday at 8 on TNT.
Most people would jump at the chance. 10 days in South America. But I've done this before. I knew better.
¿Dónde está el teléfono?
This was business, and I was 5,000 miles from home. There was a lot at stake, and I was on my own. Trying to keep my bearings. Trying to negotiate. Sometimes just trying to communicate. All the while hoping to pull this whole thing off as soon as possible so I could head back.
6-7 million pesos to your bottom line over the next 5 years.
Yeah, I'm sorry, honey. It's going to be another day. You know, it's funny, being away so long. When you come across something familiar, it can be a pretty welcome sight.
Going home, Mr. Reynolds?
I'm halfway there.
Nobody else has it. Only Headline News Sports Ticker continuously updates scores in a flash, even while games are in progress. Headline News Sports Ticker, weekday evenings and all weekend long. From now on, you'll always know the score.
Sign on for the Adventures of Briscoe County Jr. every Saturday morning at 11, exclusively on TNT.
In fashion with Home Shopping Club. We're bringing values home.
more dolls, more spinning headlines. It's Gangsters, Inc., and it's on Turner Classic Movies all month long. Cagney, Bogey, and Eddie G, Hoodlum, Sphinx, and Rats. All in all, 57 of the roughest, toughest gangster films ever made. I tell you, it ain't a felony or a misdemeanor, but it's a crime if you miss Gangsters, Inc. So call your cable company and tell them to add Turner Classic Movies to your system, or else.
We now return to the Super Bowl at 30 on TNT.
Unbelievable catch for the touchdown.
Showtime, hey, baby. What you talking about? Showtime. Talk to me. Talk to me. Showtime.
At the Super Bowl, it's often hard to separate the sport from the spectacle.
If somebody years and years from now wants to look back into a classic study of America in the 1970s, 80s, and 90s and put it on a slide and put it under a microscope, I think all they have to do is look at the Super Bowl and they'll tell you everything you need to know about where we were as a country back in those days. It shows the ability that this country has to rally around an event and pull itself together, and it also shows our ability to take something and blow it entirely out of the realm of proportion.
At Super Bowl IV, the game's first visit to New Orleans, the festivities were not only overblown, they almost blew up.
I remember that it was the first halftime show that was the precursor for what lay ahead. It had a reenactment of the Battle of New Orleans. And I don't know the exact figure. I think it was something like anywhere from 5 to a dozen people went down with powder burns. And you could expect this kind of a day there because, I mean, hell, these idiots fought the Battle of New Orleans, like 15 days after the War of 1812 was over. Nobody bothered to tell them. And that's the kind of Super Bowl nobody bothered to tell the Minnesota Vikings. And the Kansas City Chiefs kicked the hell out of them.
For the second straight year, the AFL taught the NFL a lesson.
Come on, Lenny. Pump it in there, baby. Just keep matriculating the ball down the field, boys. 65 horsepower trap. That might pop wide open, Rats.
Running play coming to Garrett on a top touchdown.
Yeah! Yeah! I tell you that baby is there. Yes, sir, boys. Woo! They didn't know where to go. Yeah, Kosalki was running around there like it was a Chinese fire drill.
Super Bowl IV confirmed that the Jets' victory was no fluke. It also began a painful pattern for the Minnesota Vikings. They would later be joined by the Denver Broncos and the Buffalo Bills as 4-time losers of an event that has rarely been kind to the vanquished.
When you get to the Super Bowl, the championship of the world, it's like two heavyweight fighters going for the heavyweight championship of the world. Anything can happen. Two gifted people in the ring, one can be knocked out in a minute just by taking one shot and making one mistake. It's the same in the Super Bowl. Two outstanding teams, one gets knocked out early, and then to try to stay in it, they have to leave their plan and take more risk. The more risk they take, the more things become a little unraveled. And by the time the game's over, one team has dominated and beaten the hell out of the other one.
It's amazing to me that we seem to be more interested in heroes than in good games. Maybe somehow that comes across in some sort of national collective psyche. We want somebody to really stand up for us and be Mr. America. Give us a hero. And so we get heroes, we don't get good games.
In the 1970s, America's heroes were Dallas Cowboys, who symbolized perfection, and the Miami Dolphins, who defined it. Miami's undefeated season in 1972 would have been meaningless had they not won Super Bowl VII. But Don Shula's Dolphins made NFL history by defeating the Washington Redskins to finish a perfect 17-0. In In 1974, America's need for heroes dramatically increased.
And for the Steelers! Yay! They get for Franco! Yay! Mean Joe Green! Yay! White! Yay!
Never before had there been a team so diversely super as the Pittsburgh Steelers.
One of the greatest things in the world is you've got 4 or 5 guys in there who want to be the hero for the day, for that moment. They want to be the guy. They're thinking, we need a touchdown. Let me make the play. I want to make the play. All right? Chicago has one Michael Jordan who takes the ball and shoots it and wins the ball game with time running out. We had 4 or 5 guys who felt like they could do it anytime they had to.
When you walk up in a big game, knowing that these guys are going to be there for you, you can depend on them, you can trust them, you know they're smart, they're intelligent, we'll make the audibles if necessary, we'll take chances with passing, they'll take chances catching, they'll take chances running. I mean, it's a powerful feeling to step on. You ever sit on top of a great horse, you sit on him and you feel that power? That's about what it's like.
I mean, they've been on the cover of Time magazine. People had all read about them. They had a very distinct, swaggering kind of bravado. I mean, they weren't overwhelmed by it. They weren't bothered by it. They gloried in it. And I always look back on that Steelers team as a team that I think really understood what the Super Bowl was about.
Believe me, I knew when I walked out on the field to warm up, this is big. I knew it was big, real big. And that's when you get nervous and you go, man, I don't want to lose this game. I don't want to lose this game. I don't want to lose this game. I am so glad I don't have to tell people what it's like to have lost the Super Bowl.
They played with passion. They played with pride. Above all, they played for Art Rooney, the benevolent monarch of the Steeler dynasty.
The desire to get a championship for Mr. Rooney, that was our edge. It wasn't about money, it wasn't about fame, but to win for Mr. Rooney.
The Pittsburgh Steelers set a remarkable standard, winning 4 Super Bowls in 6 years. And as their stature grew, so did the Super Bowl.
As Namath was the first significant individual, the Steelers probably were the first significant team.
When we return to the Super Bowl at 30 on TNT.
I love football!
John, he's off on business. Oh, that's nice. Hey, the guy deserves a rest. A week on the road, seeing the sights, dining out.
Ever notice how business trips are more fun for those not taking them?
I say, let him enjoy himself. It'll be fun. Absolutely.
Courtyard is the hotel designed by business travelers. Nobody's better equipped to help you relax and retool.
Oh, Mr. Bowen, your wife called.
Thanks. For all that fun you're supposed to be having.
Courtyard by Marriott.
Chili peppers, this sausage. Are you trying to kill me, girl?
Oh, Dad.
This is Heartburn City.
Wait till you see the appetizer.
Pepsid AC acid controller.
Take one little Pepsid AC before dinner, and you can stop heartburn before it even starts.
Stop heartburn before it starts?
You see, Dad, Pepsid AC controls acid 9 hours through the night so you can sleep.
You think we have no sausage?
You can be heartburn-free with Pepsid AC.
No one leaves till we solve this one. Let's start at the beginning. When our company first opened its doors, we didn't have electricity then. Everything ran on steam. Then, in 1942, we finally got elevators.
Never turn the page.
In all this time, this company has...
To return a page instantly, get SkyTel Two-Way, the new system that lets you reply right from the pager. Can your pager do that?
I gotta return the page.
For SkyTel Two-Way paging, call 1-800-SkyTel.
Watch the big boys of the WCW 100% live on WCW Monday Nitro every Monday night at 9 on TNT.
When you say German engineering, most people think performance. But at Winslow Volkswagen, we like to point out that German engineering also means safety. For example, every new Volkswagen Golf, Jetta, and Passat we sell has standard dual airbags, steel unibody construction with energy-absorbing crush zones, and daytime running lights. Many models have standard anti-lock brakes, and some come with traction control. Your driving safety means a lot to us at Winslow Volkswagen.
In fashion with Home Shopping Club. We're bringing values home.
We now return to the Super Bowl at 30 on TNT. In 1981, 52 Americans came home after being held hostage in Iran. That event was noted by a Super Bowl where the predominant colors were yellow, silver, and black.
Time to throw. Deep to the end zone to Branch. It is caught by Branch. Touchdown Raiders. Silver and black football is king of the hill in the National Football.
You were magnificent out there today. You really are. And we want to welcome back the hostages to the United States.
That day, more Americans were watching Al Davis and the Raiders than the combined hostage coverage on the other major networks.
There are very few things in this country that pull as many people together as the Super Bowl. Presidential inaugurations don't, royal weddings don't. The better the personalities, the more distinct the characters, I think the better the build-up, because it gives people that aren't necessarily X's and O's fans something to hang their hat on. I think that's why the Bears Super Bowl, Super Bowl 20, remains to this day, I think, the highest rated TV game, because of that kind of Animal House flavor that team brought to it. It brought in a whole lot of other people that weren't really football fans, were just kind of intrigued by, who are these guys?
We are the Bears, shuffling crew, shuffling on down, doing it for you. We're so bad, we know we're good, blowing your mind like we knew we would. You know we're just strutting for fun, strutting our stuff for everyone. We're not here to start no trouble, we're just here to do the Super Bowl show.
The cocky Chicago Bears crushed the New England Patriots, carried off both head coach Mike Ditka and defensive coordinator Buddy Ryan, and never again returned to the Super Bowl. But they were promotional pioneers.
I've been working all year for this.
At Super Bowl 28, highlights of Emmitt Smith's MVP performance were aired while the game was still on. This commercial was a prime example of the marriage between Madison Avenue and the Super Bowl.
I can't tell you how good it feels.
The Super Bowl's become somewhat of a lexicon, part of the lexicon of American marketing.
This is for your Big Mac, right? First one that misses?
Watch as the winner eat lunch. Got it. Over the second rafter, off the floor, nothing but net.
We're not talking about running a spot in As the World Turns. We're talking about running a spot that is going to be seen by millions upon millions of people, that is going to be talked about for the weeks leading up to the Super Bowl, and if you do a good job, the weeks leading after. You are bringing out the best in the creative talent, and it's almost like, can you top this? Because it's the Super Bowl, you let your mind go a little bit further than just standard, let's research the living daylights out of this commercial. Let's do something that's out there. This is, after all, the Super Bowl.
I love football! I've seen the locker rooms, my friends. I have smelled the shoes, stormed the field, and sung the songs.
And I have heard the footsteps. Yes, and they say to me, Stanley, is football the greatest game in the world? And I say, yes, footsteps, yes, it is.
Ironically, while Hollywood has embraced the Super Bowl as an event, it only tried to feature it as a film one time.
What exactly is this Super Bowl?
The premise of Black Sunday was the Super Bowl as a target for terrorism.
The only way we can take every possible precaution is to cancel the game.
Cancel the Super Bowl?
Yes.
It's the most ridiculous suggestion I've ever heard. That's like canceling Christmas.
Black Sunday was actually a bestseller as a novel before it became a film. And look at what the real terrorists did not long ago in New York. They tried to blow up the biggest building in New York. And I think the Super Bowl, because it involves more humanity and involves more people, and more people are watching, the whole world is watching, then Black Sunday makes an awful lot of sense. It isn't just science fiction.
Years later, life did imitate art when Super Bowl XXV was set against the backdrop of war in the Mideast.
Say a special hello to the men and women.
Like the movie, questions about whether the game should be played needed to be answered.
We respectfully dedicate our broadcast to you, wherever you may be over there, and may God be with you.
We want to be here because this is our country. We want to fight for it, and you know, our country is watching. Our country's taking care of us and making sure we get to see the Super Bowl. This is part of America for us. This is the reason why we're here.
That was as acute a moment as I can remember, and it had very little to do with the football, but it had everything to do with where we were as a country at that particular moment. I mean, it really did kind of focus all the people's energies and what they were feeling in a very extraordinary way.
That day, another extraordinary thing happened. The Super Bowl was a great game.
How come you sending my guys out there and still ain't
The Giants were underdogs, but behind backup quarterback Jeff Hostetler, they produced a gutsy, determined effort. This epic battle of power versus finesse saw 5 different lead changes. The game wound down with the Giants ahead by a point and Buffalo surging back in the final desperate seconds.
And now he's going to run again at midfield. What a finish. What a finish to this Super Bowl. Kelly waiting, 31 seconds left. Here's a running play, Thurman Thomas at the 40, 35, 30. And now we're down to 20 seconds. I believe they're going to send the field goal unit under with 8 seconds to play. Scott Norwood. He can fire the shot heard round the world now.
A lot of pressure. You want to talk about a pressure situation.
Here we go with 8 seconds to play. High drama here in the Super Bowl.
Buffalo may have come up short, but this Super Bowl did not.
It was a tremendous game. And then it comes down to the final field goal, you know, and it's Scott Norwood, who then becomes this tragic figure in the whole thing, certainly. But what a build-up and what drama. Again, if someone had walked into a movie studio and laid this script down on somebody's desk and they had read it, they would have said, well, this is very good, but it certainly would never happen in real life. But it happened that day.
coming up on TNT's The Super Bowl at 30.
39 seconds remaining.
The Super Bowl at 30, Big Game America, has been brought to you by Pepsid AC Acid Controller and by Royal Caribbean Cruise Line.
Hey, you okay? It's 3 o'clock.
I can't believe this heartburn. You and your Let's Go Mexican tonight.
You didn't take the Pepsid AC before you ate, did you?
Pepsid AC?
Yeah. Could have stopped your heartburn before it even started.
So I could actually be sleeping right now.
We could be sleeping.
Wait.
Take one now, it controls acid all night long.
Oh, all night?
Mm-hmm. Water?
You're so good to me.
You can sleep heartburn-free with Pepsid AC.
A sparkling ship on crystal waters is coming.
Absolutely gorgeous. It was so much fun.
The perfect lobster is coming.
Our waiters, they would do anything for us, any time.
Perfection is coming.
A gift from the captain.
Memories are coming. 7 days in Royal Caribbean's Caribbean are coming. You've got some Royal Caribbean coming.
It's color printing and it's state-of-the-art. It's flyers. It's proposals. It's Crayola and Hallmark Connection software. And putting your very own logo on a t-shirt. So it's not business as usual. It's what you can do with a new Canon Color Bubble Jet printer. Canon. What can you do?
Sweet dream, baby. Sweet dream, baby. Sweet dream, baby. How long must I?
Sweet dreams from Doubletree.
Get all your official Super Bowl television on one network, TNT. The fun continues tomorrow with an exhilarating look at what makes the Super Bowl Big Game America. Then it's the NFL Vinny Awards honoring the league's great performers, including Best All-Time Quarterback and the year's Best Player. Plus, hourly updates on all the Super Bowl pregame festivities. The Pepsid AC Super Bowl weekend continues with 30 years of Super Bowl greatness featuring the NFL Vinny Awards. Tomorrow at 9, live from Phoenix on TNT.
We now return to the Super Bowl at 30 on TNT.
Someone take the monkey off our back, please.
As it reached its 4th decade, the Super Bowl was not only America's game, but global theater.
Hallo und herzlich willkommen zum 29. Super Bowl hier aus Miami, aus dem
Super Bowl 1929, de finale van de American Football Competitie.
But the addition of millions of international viewers has also added to the tension of a game where any mistake can turn into a lifelong nightmare.
Every one of those players is under enormous pressure. And if you make a mistake, the enormity of that mistake, who among us could think that we could attempt that field goal on the last play of the game and not be successful? Or to be wide open and to drop a certain touchdown pass. Could we shake that off? Oh, no, I don't think so.
Jackie Smith all by himself. Oh, bless his heart. He's got to be the sickest man in America.
It's almost like a laboratory. And and we know this, that once you know you're being studied, whether you're a rat or a human being, you change your behavior. And that's what happens at a Super Bowl. It's very, very hard for somebody to continue to act in the same way when they're under such scrutiny. And they don't.
At Super Bowl VII, a reliable kicker named Garo Yepremian made Don Shula's Dolphins sweat out the final moments of their perfect season. Fortunately, the Dallas Cowboys were well ahead in Super Bowl XXVII when Leon Lett's hot dogging cost them 6 points.
And Leon Lett takes it on the board. Take a look at here he goes. Here comes Leon to the 20. Go Leon Lett is back on his head. It's a fumble. It's a fumble. He had it knocked out of his hand. Leon Lett. Leon Lett. Oh, my goodness gracious.
In Super Bowl V, Two teams that featured 7 future Hall of Famers coughed up 10 turnovers in a game that was salvaged by the last-second field goal of a journeyman named Jim O'Brien. But in the Super Bowl, unlikely heroes are the exception, not the norm.
You don't have too many guys that just sort of fall out of the balcony and wind up on the stage and all of a sudden make the big play. For the most part, the guys that step up and win the Super Bowl are the giants. You know, it's Shula, it's Lombardi, it's Joe Gibbs, it's Parcells, it's Bart Starr, it's Roger Staubach. You know, it's Riggins, it's Marcus Allen. These are the guys that make the plays that win those games.
He gets away for a moment, comes back up to the 30, 25, 40, runs past 2 minutes to 50, down to the 40.
5 NFL franchises have won nearly 2/3 of all Super Bowls. The Raiders and the Redskins have won 3 apiece.
Back he goes. Good protection again. Going deep. He's got Clark in the end zone. Touchdown.
With their second straight victory over Buffalo, the Dallas Cowboys equaled the Pittsburgh Steelers' feat of 4 Super Bowl triumphs. But one team rules above all as lords of the Super Bowl rings. At the heart of the San Francisco 49ers' greatness was the combination of head coach Bill Walsh's well-calculated game plans and quarterback Joe Montana's cool ability to carry them out.
Here's Montana throwing toward the end zone. Out of the run by Cooper. He's got it. He's in the end zone. A 49er touchdown.
Well, the one key ingredient that we had for the San Francisco 49ers is the quarterback position. It was this unique, fully dimensional mind that Joe has to be able to do those things when other people would be struck by the drama and the pressure of a World Championship game.
Bill Walsh's 49ers easily won their first 2 Super Bowls, but it was when their backs were to the wall and the pressure at its highest that the true character of a team, a coach, and a quarterback were tested.
Watching that game, it was a funny thing. I mean, it got to a point where he had so much confidence. He knew he was going to do it.
30-yard line, out of bounds.
The players that were in the huddle knew that he was going to do it. Then it would get to the point where the players on his team that were on the sideline, if you watch him, they knew he was going to do it. Then the fans in the stands knew he was going to do it. And where it becomes the ultimate is when the other team knows he's going to do it.
Timeout. This is deja vu.
2 wide receivers near side. Montana to throw. Completes it up the middle to Craig. Another 49er first down.
Coach, you're going to go. You know, it's the Rice now.
Montana back to throw. Throws over the middle. A 5-yard right.
We just depended heavily on things we'd done over a 10-year period and practiced over a 10-year period. So Joe, again, was the instrument of the team. He was truly brilliant, became maybe the greatest football player of his time during that game.
Montana trying to drive him the length of the field here with the game in the balance. 39 seconds remaining. Montana at quarterback in motion. Comes right. Back to throw Montana. Steps up, throws. Touchdown! 10-yard pass. The 49ers have scored with 34 seconds remaining.
This is a tough moment in a way because was this the final game on the sideline for a great coach, Bill Walsh? Emotional moment right now with the coach down here inside the locker room, Jack.
Bill Walsh was gone, but longtime assistant George Seifert took over and stayed faithful to Walsh's playbook. 1 year later, a great team and its quarterback got even better. The 49ers won their 4th Super Bowl as Joe Montana earned his 3rd MVP award by throwing a record 5 touchdown passes. But soon, Joe Montana was gone. And when the 49ers' drive for 5 finally resumed, quarterback Steve Young faced an opponent much tougher than the San Diego Chargers.
I don't think for a moment that Steve Young went into the game thinking, oh my God, I've got to beat Joe. Somehow I've got to top Joe. I've got to outdo Joe. But there were a lot of people in America looking at it that way, and particularly since the team they were playing was an unknown, which, by the way, put even more pressure on Steve Young because he wasn't playing against anybody. All he could play against was that ghost named Joe Montana.
And Ricky Waters to the right. And a play fake. Young goes deep middle. He's got Jerry Rice. Touchdown 49ers! First touchdown.
By the end of the first quarter, there was no doubt that San Francisco would win a 5th Super Bowl title. All that remained was Steve Young's pursuit of Joe Montana's 5 touchdown passing record.
Lloyd and Waters line up in the backfield, and Young goes back to throw. Quick pass to the goal line. Floyd falls in. Touchdown. Great back drop. Quick pass. Left flat. Ricky Waters makes the catch. He's in.
You got the last 30 minutes of this season, and you got to decide what you want to live with for a whole year. And right now, you got a long year.
Back to throw is Young. Drills it across the middle. Catch by Rice. Touchdown 49ers. What a move.
Shut him down again. One more time.
All right, baby.
One more time.
That night, Steve Young took his place among the Super Bowl greats that had come before.
Slanted, Jerry Rice, another touchdown. Steve Young is now #1 all time with 6 touchdown passes. Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Someone take the monkey off my back, please.
The San Francisco 49ers are the first team in the 75th year of the National Football League to win 5 Super Bowl championships.
Every guy in here made a commitment. You know you did. There were times when it was dark. It was really dark. We turned back into each other's face and committed to each other. You knew we had to do it this way. It's the greatest feeling in the world. Is it not? 39 days! Hey, I share this with every one of you guys. Everyone in this room made a commitment, and we're there. And no one can ever take it away from us. Ever!
Coming up, the conclusion of the Super Bowl at 30 on TNT.
Tomorrow night at 9, TNT and the NFL will present the Vinnies to the best performances of all previous Super Bowls. Watch 30 years of Super Bowl greatness. Start practicing. Yell as you check out the Super Bowl at 30, Big Game America. Tomorrow night at 11 on the Pepsi AC Super Bowl weekend.
237 on the ground, gate 15.
All right, guys, we got a 34-minute turnaround on this one. Let's do it.
It can be 5 below 0 or coming down in buckets. It doesn't matter. It doesn't buy you another second out here. From the minute that plane touches down to the minute it takes off, we're on.
Let's get a few more shots on 815.
The whole crew. And there's no time to waste. But time isn't everything. Getting the job done right is.
Okay, I'm locking up the line.
So everybody pulls their weight. Everyone knows the drill. And we realize passengers don't really see this.
Have a late bag on your way, Bob.
No problem, Jerry. I'll take care of it.
Heck, it's a rare moment when they see us at all. But not a second goes by that we're not looking out for them.
479er coming in 11 minutes early, Bob.
Sign on for the Adventures of Briscoe County Jr. every Saturday morning at 11, exclusively on TNT.
Tired of the old runaround? Get your car fixed right the first time at Car Care 2000. Car Care 2000 is staffed by the experts. Our state-of-the-art diagnostic equipment has helped us become the area specialists in onboard computers, electronic ignition, and fuel injection systems. Thinking about buying another car? Car Care 2000 also offers a complete 50-point used car inspection for only $49.95. It just might be the smartest money you ever spent. Car Care 2000. We get it right the first time.
Wendy's quarter-pound single hamburger tastes so delicious.
That's fresh ground beef. Pure beef.
Frozen burger usually tastes like burgers.
Hot and juicy. They make it the way I like it.
Crispy lettuce.
Fresh tomatoes.
Fresh onions.
Bun is nice and fresh. Bang, on the grill, off the grill, for me, hot, fresh, ready to go.
Wendy's quarter-pound single hamburger. Come on by. We'll make one special for you.
Why is it square?
Figured Dave's a square guy, so he made a square burger. Thank you very much.
And now, Biggie size any Wendy's combo with great Biggie fries and a Biggie drink for just 39 cents extra.
We now return to the conclusion of the Super Bowl at 30 on TNT.
I think what's good about the Super Bowl is that in a society which is becoming more and more fragmented, the Super Bowl gives us that one moment in which we all do come together for a good reason, not to watch something political, not to watch a tragedy, but just to come together on this level of friendship and share something and enjoy it. And that's wonderful, and that's dear in a way. One does not usually think of football as dear and precious, but what it does to America by binding us for that one time, and even if you don't give a hoot about football, that's good.
The spectacle is fine, but to me, when you cut it all away, what you get down to is the people and the game. To me, that's what Super Bowl's really all about. It's great men rising to a great occasion.
In Super Bowl II, a great team won not for themselves, but for their soon-to-be retiring coach, Vince Lombardi. Passion doesn't necessarily need to be fueled by a legendary coach. For the Bears, it was the impending departure of their beloved defensive coordinator, Buddy Ryan.
Buddy gave a very short speech, and at the end, as his jaw was kind of quivering, he said, "No matter what happens, you'll always be my heroes."
They gave me a big standing ovation.
And told Singletary, I said, it's a real shame he's leaving. And with that, McMichael picked up one of these chairs, a hotel chair, and threw it, and it hit the chalkboard, but it impaled the chalkboard. It was, it was about as good a sign as you could possibly ever get. And we all went out,
It's not only about tears, it's about the blood and the sweat of Ram defensive end Jack Youngblood, who played all of Super Bowl XIV on a broken leg. There was Doug Williams, knocked down but not out with a twisted knee in Super Bowl XXII. Williams returned to fire 4 second-quarter touchdown passes and become the first black quarterback to triumph in a Super Bowl. In Super Bowl XXIX, the 49ers already had an insurmountable lead when they unleashed Jerry Rice on a reverse. The hit left him dazed, in pain with a separated shoulder, but with the game already in hand, he chose to return. Why? Because it was the Super Bowl.
It was very important for me to get back out there on the football field. You know, I was trying to snap my chin strap, and I couldn't do it. And I passed right by Dion, and I told Dion, "Why don't you fasten this for me?" And I think Dion told me, he said, "Look, he said, you're the best out here." He said, "No one can stop you." And I think that really meant a lot to me when he said that, and that really got me completely focused in what I have to do.
Young, quick pass, slant in, Jerry Rice, another touchdown! Jerry Rice continues to set records in the Super Bowl.
It's really interesting. When I talk to kids, I sometimes tell them that if you work really hard, that you may produce one moment in life. It's your moment. They can never take it away from you. Super Bowl X, for me, was one of those moments. Terry put the ball out there and gave me a chance to make the catch, and I was covered. but somehow I found a way to get up in the air, to twist my body, and to get that pass. I only caught 4 passes in that game, and 1 for a touchdown. But they were the biggest 4 because of the sight, because of the Super Bowl. To realize that you come out of the ball game and you're the MVP, everybody put you on top as the key player, the key performance in the biggest game of that season. And it's yours. It's in your pocket, and you stick it in your coffin when it's all over.
It wasn't until when we did player introductions and I ran out on the field and that I finally realized, I think, that, hey, this is the Super Bowl. The adrenaline got to pumping so much that I was hyperventilating in the huddle, and I could hardly get a play out of my mouth. I was just caught up in the excitement of it all. And then finally, fortunately, I was able to come back down.
Aikman with a straight drop to throw again. Going for the end zone. Over back at the 2. Takes it in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Troy Aikman's the MVP. The Cowboys are back on top of the mountain now.
It was one of the rare experiences where the reality far outweighed the dream. Usually the reality never kind of quite lives up to it. It far out surpassed it. It was beyond my wildest imagination.
Everything wrapped up into one. It's what you've always wanted, and then you get it, and you just got it. I mean, it's not only a day. I mean, you had it that day, but you had it the next day, and you had it the next year, and you had it forever.
Kneeling down in the huddle in Super Bowl XVII and looking up at those 10 guys. I get goosebumps now. I looked up to those 10 guys, and I made the call, winning Super Bowl formation on 2. It broke the huddle, and man, I'm fighting back tears of joy. I had reached the point where I wanted to be in my life. At that instance, when I took the snap and knelt down, and I put my hands in the air, I had my one moment in time.
God would come down right now. Terry, what can I do for you? Send me and put me back in 1 Super Bowl and put me on the 1-foot line and give me 2 minutes to go and give me all 3 of my timeouts and give me my boys. And then let me hear my name over the loudspeaker. Let me hear the roar of the crowd. Bradshaw, Bradshaw. And let me have them booing on one side. Let me get in and call plays, see the eyes grow as I call these plays and talk to them. Let me feel the hair on my back crawl up. I mean, that's what the Super Bowl does to you. I mean, it's doing right now to me. I mean, I could go out right now and play. I know I can play 2 minutes.
There was such a feeling of elation, joy, tickling explosion inside. The teammates, we did it. We did it, It was wonderful. And everybody's cheering and funny. We did it, we did it, we did it. We were number 1. And it was just a feeling. I didn't think about it. It was just, yes. Oh, it was great.
From its humble beginning, the Super Bowl has grown, changed, and endured. Ultimately, it has triumphed. It reaches its 30th anniversary as the crown jewel of sports and the biggest game in America.
Tomorrow night, stay with TNT for more Super Bowl action. Check out 30 years of Super Bowl greatness featuring the NFL Vinny Awards, hosted live by Vince Cellini and Vern Lundquist. Coming up, owning a pro football team is tough, but not as tough as Nick Nolte. Check out North Dallas 40 next on TNT. Super Bowl television is right here on TNT with a dramatic look at why the Super Bowl is Big Game America, followed by the NFL Vinny Awards, plus hourly updates from Phoenix. But first, Nick Nolte is a down-and-out receiver fighting for one more chance at glory. 100% Weird presents North Dallas 40 next on TNT.